Hello. Oop, time for treetops. So coming out here, you'll see right away that if you remember from the last one, I said that you could leave that boar. That's because even when you're turning, like I'm not holding back my turn at all here. I'm going as fast as I can. This gem is that boar. Like it auto despawns and its gem drops when coming out, and you'll get it every time charging down and doing this movement. If you're sparksless, obviously you have to change your movement a bit, but otherwise it's free. Through here, this boar is going to be pretty RNG dependent, but basically we're going to want to try to take a line through these greens. Sometimes the boar can even be like here and can be a bit of a pain when trying to land, so just try to be aware. Um, if that's the case, sometimes you may need to throw in a glide input to get your flame out and then charge down to kill that. But I think on this run it works out where I can just flame charge the boar, which is ideal. Yeah, just get the flame charge here. But more than anything, you just don't want that boar to mess with you while you're taking the line through the greens. Through here, skitters, here, charging jump. This is kind of finicky with where it wants you to land to be able to do this charging jump over this, but in general you want to land pretty much on the gem, and you can charging jump up and over. So right at the start of treetops, we're gonna have what we call the thief race. Basically, this guy's gonna run out ahead. We want to get in front of him by the time we get to the first dragon, enough that we despawn him basically, and he spawns where he just ends up going. Um, if we don't do that, it's quite a bit of time loss because he has a 25 gem, so we need it. We have to basically wait for him to get to the place. If we don't do the despawn. So there's a couple methods for the thief race. In this one, I'm gonna do the one that gets the most amount of gems. Um, it's technically a little worse gems per second than a couple other routes, but it is probably the easiest one. Although none of them are easy, so just take note that this is kind of tough. Through here, you can either do a flame charge through this guy and have the flame hit. I'd like to just charge, then flame, jump out. I missed that gem, but you get the idea. Jump charge through the gem. Here. Then here, we're going to go out to... This guy only has a 2, so we're going to go out to this guy. Ignore this guy. Get the 5. And be careful, because this guy's up and awake now, so you don't want to go in this... like to this side in his kick range. If he kicks you, one, you're gonna lose the thief race. Two, if you're really unlucky, he'll kick you up over this railing over here and you'll die. He'll just send you off the map. So make sure you're not going too far to the left there. See, I'm pretty center in the window there, but just be sure to not get kicked. Here, flame charge through this guy, or you can just charge through him, like if you're fast enough. Into here. Now, you can be too fast at this spot, so if that's happening to you, just be aware of that. Because basically, if we get out in front of this thief, he's gonna, like, he stops and, like, gets surprised by these enemies and kind of wakes them up, basically. But if we get in front of them, he doesn't do that, and he just runs to the end, which means we can't beat him. We're taking advantage. See how he's kind of stopping? See how he's kind of stopping and getting surprised? We're taking advantage of that. That's why we went out for that blue gem, because it makes this part easy. So here, get the flame down both of them. Grab. Now here, it's important to not bonk on the back of him. If you bonk on him, you're going to lose the race. Same, don't bonk on this pole, but you want to favor this right side. Favor the right side. And you can either charge through this guy or flame charge him. Through here, take the stairs quick. Charge through here. And as long as you don't see the thief like stop right here, that means you've won the race, essentially. As long as he's not like on screen. Sometimes he can be barely on screen, like back here, and you'll barely win, but in general you don't want to see him on screen. If you think it's going to be really close, you can get an unoptimal dragon touch here, and because that does save you a little like time as far as making the thief teleport. Of course, it'll cost you time walking back, but if it wins you the thief race, it's worth it. Um, but I'll link alternate thief race strats in the video description as well if you want to try other ones. Um, yeah. If you lose the race, what I like to do is, because sometimes he likes to stop up here, so I like to just overrun this dragon a bit, make him start to run and then cut back into the dragon, which seems to save a little time because you don't have to wait quite as long, but you know, you just don't want to lose because you lose like 4 or 5 seconds, it seems like, if you lose around there. So we're gonna kind of do a charging jump, like kind of skitter charging jump onto this. You want to get a charging jump onto this ramp. If you're really struggling with this, you can jump charge down and get even more. But basically, jumping onto ramps gives us more speed. These supercharged ramps gives us more speed, which is going to allow us to do... Basically, what you're supposed to do is take some crazy route through this to get all the way to the end. But what we do if we jump charge or charging jump on, we're kind of wanting to charge, like kind of aim for this little point, and we're going to kind of jump at the last second. Make sure to hold a straight line. Straight line, jump, and then turn. If you do it while you're turning, that's when you start to have problems. So straight line, jump, then turn. See how I ran off straight? See how I'm completely running off straight, and then I turn. See that? See that? Keep that in mind. If you're struggling with this, that's generally usually why. You're either jumping too early or you're not taking a straight line off. So basically that means we're going to be able to make it over here without doing a big long route. There's a couple ways to get out there. If you're really struggling with this, you can try going off the right side of this ramp and just holding right, and there's actually a ramp kind of like right here, and if you just hold right and do a clockwise circle, you can kind of like do a loop-de-loop like that and get across. So if you're really struggling with this, but honestly you probably shouldn't, if I give you the hint to jump charge onto the ramp and make sure to jump late enough and hold the straight line, then turn. Then hold the glide out, charge down, flame hop. And I see some people like touch over here so that this gem auto homes, which makes sense, but honestly, I think the way this thief kind of interacts over here, this might actually be faster. It's just touching the dragon here, getting our optimal dragon touch, then collecting the gem, do a little charge forward, then charge out, quick flame hop, and turn. And the thief's like right here. We can hit the flame charge and cut back and jump in. Through here. Generally want to take this kind of line because we're going to charge down through these chests. Make sure you don't charge down too early or you're going to bonk and probably land. You can land right here, so you'll at least be able to like jump down here and go up the ramp, but that's a big time loss, so make sure you're not charged down too early. But obviously, if you're too conservative, you'll do what I do here. I'm going to actually land too far on the upper half of this chest and it's not going to collect. So you do want to at least land a little further back here. This 2 gems going to drop in this run. But you understand the general idea of what to do there. Through here, kind of take a line through the greens, basically. Don't worry about that last red. You have to kind of go out pretty far for it. See, I'm kind of just taking a line like through where the greens are. And basically just ignore that for this red to the left, but all the rest will collect. Charging jump glide. Through the back here. Now, some people like to get an early kill on this thief here. It actually loses time because you can kill him for free later instead of like killing him and then having to go out for his gem right here. So don't do that. But you know, kind of flame charge down onto this guy. I'll kind of play that again since I kind of paused in the middle of it. Let's just watch it in fast motion. Charge down, grab flame. Now I don't quite do what I was trying to do here. This is like fine, but there's a couple options here. You can either like jump charge down, flame charge down, or you can like kind of just tap charge off this and kind of flop down into this guy. What I do is I accidentally press charge a little too long and I end up just bonking into him and flaming, which still works, but it probably loses a little time, I imagine. Um, anyway, grab that, then back across, grab that. We grabbed the key earlier. And I'll just mention this here because this is the most common place for this to happen. If you have the key and this isn't opening, that's called key glitch. And we actually know how to avoid it now. So basically, if you open this key chest in like a previous run or practice or anything like that, and then like reset your game before opening like another key chest or something, it can actually glitch your next run and make this not open. So if you ever open this, and then don't open another key chest. We have a metalhead key chest that we open like in the next level, but let's say you like open this and then like you messed up the trick at the end of this level and you reset. Make sure to reset your console if you do that, because otherwise you're screwing yourself for your next run. And it doesn't happen every time, but it happens sometimes where you won't get the like this key chest just won't open even though you picked up the key. So keep that in mind. Which I think it's only like, or oh, I think it's 20 gems. Yeah, I think it's 20 gems. So you don't want to just drop 20 gems. Right through here, jump charges, and take a line through here. Okay, so I want to do a turnaround mid hop. You'd think a charging jump would be fastest again, and you can get on it the fastest way that way, but you actually have to jump at the end of the ramp and it ends up costing time because you have to jump. So jump charge onto this ramp, charge down, and it'll look close sometimes, but as long as you mid hop high enough, as long as you do like a mid hop jump charge high enough and time this jump, or you don't have to time anything, you don't have to press jump at all here, you can just charge off. As long it'll look close sometimes. Like I've landed like right on the edge before. Sometimes it looks close, but I've never not made it so far. So have faith that you're gonna make it. Charge through the inside half of that and turn in here. Sometimes you'll be able to get one, or very, 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 very rarely. I've done it one time in my entire life, gotten both of them. But in most cases you'll probably get 0 and have to do double flame jump charges, or not jump charges, but just double flame X hops into those like we've been doing for every spring chest in the game. Then from here you can either kind of jump and do a flame charge down into this guy, or you can charge off like this and kind of flop off, get the flame out, grab that. Now stay low. Don't, your first instinct might be like, oh, I'm gonna jump high, grab this gem and glide directly onto this these stairs. The reason we don't do that is because this guy has a banana that he throws at you, and it's actually like activated by how high you are. So if you jump too high there and jump onto this stair, he's going to start throwing his banana, and you're either going to jump up after you collect the gems and get hit, or you're going to have to wait it out, and it loses time. So here, my typical advice is land somewhere in this area, maybe even a little more left, because weirdly enough, Sparks will prioritize this red gem over this green if you land like more in the middle. And like if you land like right here, and you'll end up just like if you go right away, you'll leave the red. So what I tend to do, like if you're really down bad on gems, you can land right here and like just wait for a couple frames and go and get the red. What I typically do is try to land somewhere over here and just abandon the red, just assume I'm getting these 3. Like that. Then this is another spot where you can flame charge through this guy and carry the flame here. I like to just charge through the first guy, then hit the flame, jump, charge on with the gem catch. Now here, do a full hop charge down. Full hop charge down. See how much air I got there? Don't jump there. Don't jump there. You're just running off. Once again, have faith you'll make it. Take a line through these fan chests. This is a trick. This is a trick called stone knot. And this is pretty important because there's a lot of gems at the top of this. When you're first learning, definitely figure out how to get here the casual way from if you die attempting this, okay? Definitely figure out how to do it the casual way because there's so many gems up there you don't want to just leave them. Basically, if you die here, you'll respawn at the last dragon, and starting from that supercharge, you can just go the casual way to get up here. But let me kind of slow-mo this. We're gonna be ramping up. See, I'm not going all the way up. If you go all the way up, you'll bonk here at the top. So kind of like ramp up, but kind of plan to go off the side of it. Now, ideally, like I do here, we'll get breaks on both the fan chests. I can't believe that hit. Wow, that's crazy that that one hit. Yeah, we'll break both the fan chests, but more often than not, you'll break one, or sometimes if you're really unlucky, you'll break 0. But these both have 10s in them, so you're gonna want them, even if you don't break them with the supercharge. But the reason I told you to full hop onto the supercharge way back over there is because when you do it with a full hop, instead of your supercharge like canceling out right here, you'll lose too much speed if you just charge on or jump charge on, or charging jump on, excuse me. Your supercharge will cut off here and you'll have to like just regular charge, like flame charge through the thief and do that. But if you jump charge like I did, your supercharge will keep going. Charge through the thief. And then as soon as I charge through the thief, I tend to let go. At that point, kind of just let go, because if you're too fast, like if you carry that supercharge too far, like you'll miss this a lot of time because that fan chest you hit earlier comes down and hits this or both of these. So you do kind of have to slow up a bit here to make sure to catch this as it's landing. Then kind of, you'll see sometimes when you supercharge through the fan chests, you'll collect both gems, but it's pretty rare. Usually one of the gems doesn't collect when you supercharge through them, so you want to take a line through here. Be careful right here, because that's the vortex. That you don't want to go in the vortex because you're going to drop all these gems down here. So make sure to get to the left of it. This edge is also pretty floppable, so don't get caught and flop into the vortex. Charge down there. Take a line like so. I would even, this honestly isn't actually the ideal line. I will point out also there's actually two blue gems right here, like right on this spot. Like obviously there's this one, then there's 2 more. There's actually 2 blue gems on top of each other right here, which I've seen even runners who've been playing for quite a long time not know that. So keep that in mind that there are 2 there. But basically, I probably want to take a little more left of a line here, because if you can keep Sparks busy with these gems, you can actually just walk over these gems with Spyro, and you won't have to wait for the collection at the end. But you see how I think I collected 1 with Spyro there, but not both of them. Sparks got to one of them just before I got there, so I'm gonna have to wait for that collection before exiting. But as soon as they collect, we're exiting at that point. And yeah, that's Treetops. I know it's a lot. Like I said in the last video, I think it's either the 2nd or 3rd hardest level. So like the movement's tough. The trick at the end is tough to get consistent for sure. So practice. I'll be back with our last level of Beast Makers next, and that is Metalhead. Yeah. See you then.